We're going to do this, and then we're coming straight home to the academy. We've finally taken it back. There's no way we're going to lose it again. I'm going to be fighting together with you guys as part of Class 7 this time. I'll be sure to get in a few hits for everyone who couldn't make it, too. Bridget's given me the courage to take on all of Zemuria. I'm ready for anything. No matter what stands against us, we'll get through it as long as we're together. So come on, Rean. It's time for us to take our future into our own hands. No matter what stands against us, we'll get through it as long as we're together. So come on, Rean. It's time for us to take our future into our own hands. The 3rd and 4th Armor Division are in position and at the ready. It's going to be the Courageous' greatest challenge yet. So I'm going to lie and say I'm not scared. But honestly, I think we're going to be fine. Just having Vivi with us makes me feel like we can do anything. This whole operation rests on us now. Let's make this happen. No, honestly. I'm sure things will be just fine. Just having Vivi aboard makes me feel like we can do anything. Yeah, Uncle Makarov is a total disaster sometimes. Yesterday was totally the perfect chance for him, and he just wasted it. Well, if he's not going to make sure the two of them get together, I sure as heck will. But I guess we've got some work to do here first. Let's save the hostages. No matter who tries to stop us, we're going to roll right over them. Now we've got Uncle Makarov on board, there's no way anyone can beat us. Next stop, success. Full speed ahead. I have to admit, I am jealous of all of you. Crow and I used to clash all the time at the beginning of our first year, rather violently at that. It's because I could see through that goofy facade of his. But here we are now. I don't even get to beat him down and bring him back. I'd like you to be there with us, but well, just leave him to us. We'll bring him back to you with his tail between his legs. That's what I like to hear. Just make sure you give him a good smack before you do. I'm big enough for all three of us. And here we are at our main stage. Our final performance, if you will. What an exciting thought. I'll let you take care of Crow. Just make sure you smack him around a bit for the three of us, will you? The quickest route to Kurel Imperial Villa is a straight shot through Heimdall. Once we get there, you guys need to hurry to find His Majesty. We'll distract the enemy outside the villa for you. Just wish your part wasn't the most dangerous one. There's no need to worry about us. After all we've been through, it's just another drop in the bucket. Yeah, that sounds like the Rean Schwarzer I know. Well, we'll have you back, so give this all you've got. If His Majesty and your classmates' relatives are waiting for you to rescue them, we've got your back, so you better not keep them waiting too long. Linda and I promised each other that we'd come back from this safely. That's one promise I intend to keep, especially since everyone at the Academy's lives would be so boring without me. So let's go out there and show those jerks what twins can do. With the courageous and twin power on our side, those Noble Alliance guys aren't going to know what hit them. We'll save His Majesty and all the other captives in no time. Female student, Tara looks so cool, that captain's hat on, doesn't she? I'm going to have to try my hardest if I want to be half as cool as her. Alright, I'm all fired up now. With this many students here, how can we possibly lose? So this is where Princess Alphen spends her time. Wonder if I could have just a little peek inside before the operation begins. I imagine the Alliance will deploy their most capable warriors in divisions near Heimdall, meaning Brigadier General Bardius and General Aurelia will likely be right on the front lines. Though that's not really my concern. We'll just have to leave them to the armor divisions, I suppose. Why do you sound so wistful? Tell me you actually want to fight them. Just a little bit. Maybe it's the Arseid in me. I swear the rational part of me does understand that I wouldn't stand a chance against them as I am. Why I feel ashamed of that. The only way I'll one day reach their level is by focusing on the task before me. Yeah, I suppose you're right. I'll get there, one step at a time. Zeno and Leo always taught me that your loyalties are always shifting on the battlefield. Today's foe is tomorrow's friend, today's family is tomorrow's target. And they were right. Never thought I'd have to fight them, but here we are. You sure you're set on doing this? Yep, that's how Jaegers have to be. This battle's no different than any others we fought, so let's go. Well, at least for today. You've got me by your side. Let's do this! As the successor of the Arseid name, I must fulfill the duties expected of me. As I do, I will grow, and one day I'll reach their level. Rushing to match them would only result in failure. Still, we've got a villa to rescue before we can take on Zeno and Leo. This is one mission we can't afford to fail. We're prepping for the operation too, I promise you that. Both intend to play our parts as best we can. This battle is important to all of us, regardless of birth. So let's fight with all we have, okay? My father and I still stand opposed. I'm sure the day will come where I finally truly accept Emily, but right now, the operation takes precedence. Okay, people, we're on our way to the final battles. Let's see some hustle. Don't give me any of that doom and gloom either. There's no better team than Thor's, so we're guaranteed to win this. Show me some of that fiery spirit. There's nothing our team can't overcome. Let's show them just how bright Team Thor's spirit burns. Let's do everything in our power to ensure this operation is a success. As long as we work together, I'm sure we can bring our plans to fruition. I'm afraid I'm not much when it comes to combat, but I'll give my all regardless. Someone who's not much when it comes to combat. She certainly ran as ragged as part of the Order of the Lion. Let's do everything in our power to ensure this operation is a success. As long as we work together, I'm sure we can bring our plans to fruition. Indeed. If you need any arts training before you head out, we're the guys to talk to. I'm done! Training or not, though, I'm sure you'll be just fine. You've built up so much experience, you could handle anything. We'll be going out to fight too, but saving His Majesty falls squarely on you, so good luck. For the experience you built up, you should be able to handle anything. We'll be fighting too, of course. But it's up to you to save His Majesty for us. You can do this. Also, for a certain someone out there, you will know who when I show you this. I hope you're happy. I hope you're happy. The two of us have received first-rate training in the art of fencing since well before we entered the academy too. We'll be fighting alongside Patrick during the operation, and we have no intention of dragging him down. The villa is going to be guarded by the Noble Alliance's most elite forces. What, me? Afraid? Not a chance. I fear no one. Aye, gonna have to make sure my blade's in perfect condition while I can. It's been a long time coming, but those nobles are gonna eat what they deserve. They won't even see us coming. It's time to make them pay for all the shit they pulled. Careful now, Loggins. That scary expression you used to wear all the time as a first year has come back. We second years need to conduct ourselves calmly and gracefully, even while slaying our foes. You both seem pretty damn scary to me. Scary expressions or no, Rita and I are gonna go down to fight with Patrick too. Time to make the Alliance pay. Oh my. If you're in the mood for training, don't be shy about asking. We can keep going until the operation starts if you'd like. Training does increase our likelihood of survival after all. More can only be a good thing. Besides, I need all of you to stay alive so I can get my revenge for yesterday's defeat. Now I'm not sure I want to come back in one piece. I just hope I'll be able to perform my best during this operation. Maybe I should go and get some training in to be ready just in case. Maybe. Hello. Scree? Doing a little hawk talk, guys. Scree. I guess you could call it that. He came to wish us well today. I'm really glad he did too. This time, we really can't afford to lose. It's not going to be easy. You could say we're about to save the father of the nation, in a sense. That's to say nothing of Machias's father or your sister. There's a lot at stake here. Say that again. Still, when we work together, there's nothing that can stop us. And knowing that we've got you with us puts us all at ease. Now that you're singling me out, be careful not to let you down. I'm no Brigadier General Bardius. I'm not exactly on the level of the ancient warriors of Nor, but I'll damn well try. Scree! It would be an honor to fight for my second homeland at your side. I'm no Brigadier General Bardius, and I'm not exactly on the level of the ancient warriors of Nor, but I'll damn well try. Fair enough. Hello? Master Patrick has left no room for doubt that he will stand with his friends against the Noble Alliance. And this is with the full knowledge that his father is a member of said alliance. The young master is finally standing on his own 2 feet. Perhaps it's time for me to stop being quite so protective of him. Master Patrick's steely resolve shows that he's now capable of standing on his own 2 feet. My role as his protector may be less significant now, but I shall fight by his side as a friend until the end of time. Aw, as a brother more like. The most important task may have fallen to your class, but the rest of us will still be joining the fight as well. We'll keep the Imperial Guardsmen out of your hair, so you can focus on your own battles. You'd better not let us down. Naturally. We'll be able to fight with confidence knowing we've got good people covering our backs. You included. Don't presume that I'm doing this to help you. My main concern is that you save His Majesty. And Elise, of course. Can't stand the thought of her being imprisoned a moment longer. She's far too lovely for that. And to be your sister. Believe me, I want to rescue her. Still, while I appreciate the sentiment, you know who else she's far too lovely for? You. So don't even think of trying to cozy up to her. Do you have to be so menacing and overprotective every time I bring her up? Just trying to show my concern. Either way, all of us have your backs. So you can focus on performing at the peak of your abilities. In fact, I'm expecting no less. Oh man, it's already time for the operation. I'm getting really nervous. Still, you gotta do what you gotta do. Alan and I had a long talk about what we should do if we make it through today's operation. We ended up making a promise regarding a change in our relationship, so to speak. That's the best motivation anyone could ask for, really. I can't think of a single person on board who would disagree. Oh? Right then. We should start doing our final checkups before our operation starts. It's nice to see everyone working together. It's like we're one complete, well-oiled machine. It makes sense when you realize we're all doing this for the people we love. Indeed. It feels like I've been waiting forever for a chance to rescue my dad. But now the fateful hour's finally here. Hope he's still alright. Same goes for your sister and His Majesty too, of course, but I'm sure he's just fine. The Alliance may not be terribly fond of him, but he's still the former governor of Heimdall. They might have imprisoned him, but I'd be shocked if they harmed him in any way. We'll rescue him soon enough. Right. There's no way we'll fail. I'll save my dad with my own two hands, exactly how things should be. Saving His Majesty and Elise is just icing on the cake. Let's go into this operation guns blazing and get it done. Yeah, let's do it! I knew Lecter was gonna be okay. He's always been lucky, even too lucky. It's kind of a relief to know he's safe for sure, though. I bet. Now that we know he's alive, we really don't want to let him down on that task he gave us too. Though it might lead us straight to Altina in the process. It doesn't matter who we run into. We just gotta get it done. Besides, Lammy and I will give anyone who gets in our way the beatdown of their life. Well, if I see anyone who needs a beatdown, you'll be the first one I call. Occupying the capital and imprisoning His Majesty are the most disgraceful crimes the Alliance has committed yet. My father may not be able to set things right and restore the nobility's honor, but I will do so in his place. So even this operation falls under noblesse oblige in your book. Huh? Suppose that does make sense. But in that case, I technically have just as much responsibility for this as you do. Let's do this. I'll be counting on your support. Yours too, Regnitz, noble or not. What do you take me for? You can stop me from taking part if you tried. The nobles in the Alliance have brought shame upon the very concept of nobility. It's time to reverse what they have done. It is our duty, and one we must fulfill. I'm gonna go around taking photos of everyone on the ship while we've got a quiet moment. I don't think people look so happy with a big battle looming over their heads. Kinda nice, honestly. I'm gonna make an album out of all these. The subjects better come back safely and enjoy it. My job as cameraman isn't over until we're all back safely. And when we are, I'm gonna make a really slick album out of all the photos I've taken. Trust me, you gotta love it. Oh, am I? Alright, got my combat ornament in tip-top shape and ready for anything. If you think you need any work on yours, go see George. He does some amazing work. There's so much to buy here. You should make sure you pick up anything you need too. I promised myself that I'd definitely help restore the Grand Market to its former glory. That's why I'll make it through this operation along with you all. That being said, make sure you're ready before we bust in there. I've got everything you need stocked up. I'll aid this operation however I can. Supplies, mementos, trinkets, you name it. want nothing more than to rescue His Majesty, both for the marketing opportunity and out of concern as a citizen of Heimdall. Wearing this armband really makes me feel like part of the team, like we're all in this together, you know? It's got me all motivated too. I'm ready to fight the good fight and show everybody what Thor's is made of. And that's just what I plan to do. Let's turn Erebonia back into a country where everyone can shop themselves silly. This armband really gets you all pumped up, huh? Right now it's just like, let's go out there and fight for all we hold dear. Gotta make it so people in Erebonia can go back to shopping in peace. Sounds like things are really dangerous over in the west, but I'm just going to have to believe my family's okay. And I'll see them again as soon as this war's over, I'm sure of it. Till I do, all I can do is keep believing and keep doing my job here. So if you need to buy any new weapons, I'm your guy. I've got tons of good ones in stock. We're finally headed to where this whole mess began. Biggest question now is, what lies ahead once we've rescued Elise and His Majesty? Who's to say, really? Especially now that this nation's lost the railway guns and the fortress. These might have been the only things that allowed us to fend off Calvert. It's a little late for us to start worrying about that now. Just have to focus on our rescue mission and making it through this war in one piece. Come this far together, we might as well go all the way. I mean, if you are. Once we make it through this war, we'll have a better idea of where we stand and the directions our lives should take. Made it this far together, so let's go all the way. I set up the infirmary and we'll be taking care of the students who get injured today. While I pray my services won't be needed, if anyone does get hurt, I have everything I need to treat them right away. As inexperienced as I am, I feel as though this is the best way I can contribute. Perhaps the reason I'm here at all. I don't want us to be missing a single student when we return to the academy, so I'll do everything I can to prevent that. Pray that nobody will be hurt, but if they are, I should be able to get them back on the path to recovery. Just wish the scope of my services during the operation wasn't so limited. Still, if I can help make sure everyone makes it back to the academy, I'm happy to do whatever I can. Oh, isn't that lovely? Something that's worrying me, though, is... why are you staring at the door? Last night I once again laid bare my burning desire to Vincent. And you know what he told me? Told me that he would give his answer after this operation is over. That's an indirect marriage proposal if I ever heard one. Alright. Oh, Vincent, I knew you always felt the same way I did. This is a disaster waiting to happen. Love often blossoms best under natural circumstances. I'll have to inform Father to start arranging the ceremony the very moment this operation is complete. If I pretend I didn't hear anything, I don't have to get involved. We heard it all, Rean. I was talking to Elisa last night, and we decided that if we both return from this operation safely, we're going to hold a big party at the academy. Every student is to be invited, of course, regardless of class. The faculty, too. Sounds like it'd be one heck of a party. Saying if makes it sound like you're not planning on returning from this operation safely. I suppose you're right. Let me rephrase. When we inevitably return safely after this operation, we're inevitably throwing a massive party. They do say success stems from the mind, after all. Perfect. It's gotten tougher since I first met her. Just spending time with Lisa is the hang for that. There are a lot of preparations that need to be made for a party like that to happen. Food, for instance, could be an issue, even if Sarifa and Celestine were to work together. They only know so many recipes. If only there was a book full of them that I could somehow get my hands on. Okay, maybe let's scale it back a little. You don't necessarily have to think of the specifics until after the operation. Oh, yes, I suppose you're right. Right now I should focus my mind and energy on the task at hand. It will make this operation a resounding success. Naturally. It might not hurt to keep the fact that she's looking for a ton of recipes in the back of my mind. Yes. I could gather up a bunch of good ones for her. I'm sure that'd help her keep her mind on the operation proper. Hey Ferris, I've got something to show you. Rean showed Ferris his recipe book. Look at all of these. Have you been writing all of these down yourself? Yeah, I've been collecting them for a pretty long time now. Think there are enough of them to make your party a success? Without a doubt. I'll have to start copying all of these down right away. Knock yourself out. Ferris furiously copied all of the recipes from Rean's recipe book, likely breaking a few speed records in the process. Perfect. Between your recipes, the cooking club's help, and Sarifa and Celestine, we should have a vast selection of food on offer. I must admit that I'm rather impressed. Certainly didn't expect you to present me with so many recipes. Think nothing of it. Hopefully you'll now be able to focus all your efforts on the operation instead of being distracted by party planning. I never would have allowed something so trivial to hinder my concentration in the first place. Still, I do feel as though I underestimated you somewhat. In light of that, and your hard work, I want you to have this. Genesis. A master quartz. This one's pretty wild looking too. It's a cutting-edge one that my family sent to me. I would use it myself, but I imagine that you'd be able to draw out its full potential more effectively. It's a very capable quartz, so I hope that it becomes a valuable asset in your battles today. Thanks. Can't wait to see what it can do. Anyway, good luck today. Likewise. Together we will make this operation a success, and the party after it an even greater one. Listening to him, you never imagined we were about to embark on a life-threatening operation. Still, as imbecilic as he can be, he is the next head of our family. I'll have to keep an eye on him to make sure he doesn't do anything too foolish and lose his. As much as I prefer fighting on the front lines with you and your classmates. We'll take good care of Elisa for you. Sure to stay safe during your part of the operation too. I don't need your consent. We'll no longer have anything to fear. My graceful spearmanship shall cleave even the winds in my way to ribbons and cut a path to safety for the hostages. Onward, my dearest sister. Onward, my capable servant. Together we shall show the world what the illustrious Floral family is truly capable of. With pleasure, Master Vincent. Of course, the moment he does anything respectable, he goes and bubbles his heroic speech. I had to go edit that because I said it correctly. And I was like, oh, he said it wrong, I have to correct that. After this is over, spring will be nearly upon us. The season of graduation. The season I am freed from Margarita's curse. How long this year has been. Oh, how very, very long. I wouldn't put my money on that. I originally learned how to fight with a piston in order to act as a bodyguard for Master Vincent and Lady Ferris. Training was grueling, but the alternative was having to share the task of serving them with another, which I could simply not abide. That's some devotion. But of course, can you think of anyone more worthy of devotion than Master Vincent and Lady Ferris? I, for one, cannot. As long as I draw breath, I will do everything possible to keep them safe. I'll sacrifice life and limb to defend Master Vincent and Lady Ferris. There's no worthier cause to die for. Isn't it wonderful how all of the students are coming together to achieve something so momentous today? I get tingles all over just thinking about it. It's hard to tell from where I'm standing. He looks just as carefree as ever. Well, for better or worse, it looks like this round is all the marbles. I wish you all the best of luck. Go with the goddess's blessing and remember, come back with no regrets. Thanks, instructor. I'll keep myself busy aiding you from the shadows, as I'm given to do. I wish you all the best of luck. Go with the goddess's blessing. I gathered all the data we need for the main event, so the only thing I have left to do is figure out what to write about next. Not much use in a writer who doesn't have a subject, right? I'm not particularly good at anything but penning stories. Once we make it through all this, I'll be delivering nothing but the best. Oh, God. While you're on the attack, Rex and I will be chronicling the operation by taking photographs of every twist and turn. Not a single shot will escape our grasp. We couldn't afford to let one, with you putting everything on the line out there. Our job is to capture the truth, and today is the day it matters most. Next time we're taking photographs of everything we can during this operation. That's the best way we can contribute here. Give it our all, I'm certain that you will do the same. Well, I'll try to do the same. Gotta admit, I didn't expect anyone had asked me to help out with your Divine Knight's fancy new sword. Still, I'm glad we got it all sorted out. And just in time too, thanks Instructor Makarov. Never would have guessed that you were one of the precious Smith's disciples, even a student from the Institute. That was on purpose. I try to keep my mouth shut about all this stuff. Schmidt used to have me help him out on weapons research, which, as you can imagine, I got sick of real quick. So I decided I'd get the hell out of there and move to another school over in Heimdall. Even then, the whole Schmidt's disciple thing ended up getting me involved in all sorts of nonsense I didn't care about. I was sick and tired of that too, so I bailed and ended up at Thor's. It sounds like you had a pretty dramatic education, to say the least. Welcome to adulthood. I actually kinda like being an instructor, believe it or not. Nice to actually take on a tough job for the first time in a while, too. Stand by my work, but it's up to you kids to do the heavy lifting. Good luck. If you ask me, the real winners in life are the people who don't give up, no matter how bad things get. Think about it, our academy, its chess clubs, both winners in their own right. Let's show the Alliance our passion, our school spirit, and our refusal to ever give up. We can do this. We can't lose if we don't give up, right? Let's show the Alliance just how much passion and school spirit we got. There's no way we won't win. Well, we got some new data for me. Anything good? Combat database is really coming along now. Thanks, Rean. Never to do this without you. Yeah, let me give you something for your efforts. Not bad. About any new monsters, let me know. I want to hear all about them. Not even my crystal ball can tell me what's about to come. Could say that my predictions have been clouded in a sense. And yet here you are. With heart and convictions as clear as day, the entire nation cowers, yet you stay fearless. If you keep worry from clouding your actions, I'm certain you'll be the key to our future. When fate beckons, one has little choice but to dive in head first. But you seem well aware of that, so I'll say no more. Go forth and claim your futures. I'm helping out in the kitchen today to make sure everything runs smoothly for today's operation. I never thought all my time making these packed lunches with Laura would end up helping out with the war effort. If you're hungry, help yourself. You don't want hunger pangs distracting you in the middle of an operation this big. It's an honor to be able to help save His Majesty like this. So surreal that it almost feels like a dream, to be honest. Make sure you're well fed before you head out, Rean. It wouldn't be easy to pull off a rescue this big on an empty stomach. His logic's sound, but he could stand to eat a lot more elegantly. Composure is at the most important when the world is in shambles, after all. Alright. I'm gonna make sure I'm totally stopped before heading out. I'm gonna need the energy. It's not like anyone's gonna come make a nice dinner when I'm out on the battlefield, right? Before we left town, I sent a story into Radio Trista. More for old time's sake than actually hoping they'd read it on the air. But just now they did. Guess those guys over there must be wishing as well. I suppose next time, I'll need to give them something that's really worth reading. If we do manage to save His Majesty, I can imagine how legendary my new material would be. I suppose that means we got to win today. For my sake, if nobody else's. Yeah. At this rate, looking like the last day of the year might be the longest. You get a good square meal in while you can. You're going to want to face the day in peak condition. I feel like a party will be in order once this is all over, and we're back at the academy. So a party's in order once we've retaken the academy. Cooking club will handle the food, and you will have to eat it. That means you need to come back safe. Oh, alright then. Rean, don't tell me. You actually caught the legendary Ymir's guardian? That's right, it wasn't easy. Though, let me tell you, my thumb hurts. No great catch ever is. It's just incredible. I've never even seen it, let alone had a chance to land it. It was a mutation of a gladiator. It's been quite the sight when you fished it up, that's for sure. Let's say that now you're truly worthy of the title of Platinum Angler. It's incredibly rare honor. The only other people with it are myself, my brother, and his Elite Four. That's like half the people I know who actually fish. It's rare, trust me. There are a lot of fishermen out there. And hey, that title earns you this nice little bonus too, it's all yours. It'd be handy with all the fighting you do. Alright, Jay. Oh, this looks like one strong Master Quartz. Thanks so much, Kenneth, for this and all the support you've given me to reach this point. Don't worry about it. Support's free and I've got plenty of it. Now you're a Platinum Angler. Got access to a whole new slew of prizes. Just keep on trading in your points. With pleasure. Sounds like today's operation is going to be a real doozy. I don't think I've got a lot to contribute, but if I figure something out I can do, I'll be sure to do it. I don't want this war causing any more damage to this country's fish or its fishing spots. Well, I can appreciate that at least. Giving your violin some maintenance, Elliot. Yeah. It always calms me down a bit. And that's exactly what I need with how nerve-wracking the thought of going out to rescue His Majesty is. That's the task we've been given, so we need to try for him, Elise, and even Machias' dad. I'll say. And I'm sure we'll be just fine. This is the best way for us to help your dad protect the nation, too. But you're right. A ton of people counting on us. No way we're gonna let them down. Rescuing His Majesty and the other captives will help a lot of people. So nervous or not, we gotta do it. We'll change a lot of people's lives if we manage to pull it off. As long as you've got that Zimmerli Nortachi, you should be able to take Crow on night to night. He's not going to hold back against you, so you've got to pay him back in kind if you plan on standing a chance. Anything less, and not only will you not be able to bring him home, but you might not come home at all. What a time for my gun to be having problems. I'm gonna have to get George to take a look at it. I never cared about this war or how it would end. But now I realize that if it just drags on, I'll have nowhere I can just sit and focus on my art. So you need to succeed. I don't want to live in a world where I can't return to my Atlia. Did I say that wrongly, rightly? Atlia, yeah. As always, let me know if your knight needs any upgrades. My graduation project is basically ruined if I don't get back to my Atlia. So don't screw this up. Upgrading your knight will help you not mess up my life, I can do that. Preparations for the operations are proceeding stupendously. Look, even Whitcomb's steeled himself for the upcoming battle. Watch him be amazed as we dash across the battlefield and gallantly rescue His Majesty and the Emperor. Whitcomb and I shall always be as one. Watch in amazement as we dash across the battlefield and gallantly rescue His Majesty the Emperor. Yeah, I guess. Let's speak to the horsey first. Good. Lambert really is a horse expert. They're all in tip-top condition and ready for battle now. I'm going to use them to confuse the enemy and take a bit of pressure off of you. Better make this thing a success. That goes for Eustace too. Horses are just as much as part of the academy as any of the students. They'll be taking part in the operation too. Make sure you pull your weight and make this thing a success. Eustace too. So that's the famous Ashen Knight. So cool. Can't believe you can make something like that move. Good luck today, Rean. Now that his blade's done, Valimar's in absolute peak condition. The difference between victory and defeat rests on your shoulders as an awakener. You got what it takes to beat that cocky punk in his knight? I've got more than that. Just watch, you won't beat me again. I'll hold you to that. You're a different person now than you were the day Trista was attacked. Now it's time to see if this one can stand up against that goofball in his knight. You do seem confident enough, so I can give you the benefit of the doubt. I imagine Vita's going to be waiting for us over in Heimdall too. She's guided Crow and his Azure Knight this far. Can't imagine she'd stop now. There's no way I'll let her beat us. Don't worry, there's no chance. We'll all believe in you, Emma. I know you won't let us down. I'll try not to. So will Celine, I'm sure. I'll be looking forward to seeing what you've got, I guess. I refuse to let Vita defeat us. If we work together, she won't. Oh my. The Arnor family are descendants of my former awakener. It's only right that I should fight to rescue them. I suppose you're right. I'm sure Crow and his Azure Knight will show up at some point too. I'll be counting on you, partner. Acknowledge, Rean. Together we shall overcome all that stands in our way. Be prepared for our next battle, Rean. Together we shall overcome all that stands in our way. Indeed. Right, so that is the rounds done. And I know what you're going to be asking, or I would be asking anyway. 259 edit points over a total of 4 hours. Yeah, we'll see you in the next part when we head off towards the villa. Ta-ta for now.